Okay, universe. Okay, this is a storyline. Okay, a recap as far as we have Zion Foster. Okay, Zion Foster was one of the young ladies I had on my original channel that I did a storyline on, and I wanted to know if any changes came about or will come about as far as the disappearance of Zion, because it was said that she died, but in my storyline that I did before, it was like she was actually murdered, but it said that she died on her own, I guess from maybe something that was taken, anything like that. But the storyline, it makes it seem like she was murdered. So let's just see what God's saying now, because the person need to be held accountable, but her body wasn't found so far. So because her body is not found, that don't mean she can't go to jail, because Mr. DeAndre Lane is in jail for his daughter that they never found her body, but they have him in jail for years. So evidently you don't have to have a person's body to charge the person, because they don't have his daughter's body to even prove she's not alive. But at least this person's saying that Zion is not alive. That's a whole different story. He's saying that she's not, because he knows she's not, because he was there with her. And he is responsible, going off of my storyline that I had back then. So let's just see if any change, because my channel is about, this channel is about God's justice. Get what I'm saying? Not man's justice, not the court's justice, but God's justice. Get what I'm saying? Spiritual. Follow me? Because God don't like it. Get what I'm saying? God don't like it. All right, so let's just flow. This is for Zion. Okay, universe, give me 2 decks for Zion Foster. You know all about this young lady, and you know the culprit. You know him. The young man who is responsible for even driving her away, taking her wherever he took her, and everything else that followed. Because when it's all over with, a man can dominate a woman. Period. Because they got more strength. So let's just see. And let me say this too. I heard a clip before, and it says that he said that he put her in a dumpster or something like that. Why would you put her in a dumpster like she a piece of trash? If something happened, why didn't you just call her mother? Really, why didn't you call 911 first for an ambulance, and then call her mother? Some kind of way, just do it all back to back. Why did you go put her in the dumpster like she a piece of trash? You thought about yourself more than you thought about something is wrong with Zion and you want to save her. So you just throw her away like she a piece of trash and act like you cared nothing about her. Who need friends like you? Really, who need friends like you? Who do? Okay, universe. Let's see if this person gonna get some kind of punishment, because I think he got some kind of time, but it's just not quite enough, because he not telling the true, full truth. He's not telling the full, true truth. Get what I'm saying? God know you not. So I don't know when you're gonna come clean. I don't know when you're gonna come clean, but you need to come clean. Okay? Because you don't have a heart. Not a heart for Zion anyway. People got to pick their friends more wisely. They really do. Okay, let's see. Because you are one she should have just passed by. Okay, Lord. I'm hearing 13 of these. Let's see. 13 of the abuse cards, because it was abuse. You abused her before you put her in the dumpster, and after you before you put her in the dumpster, enduring, because that's abuse. You treated her like trash. Look at the bottom card to this one. She is playing lottery for a chance to win. Follow me, hanging out with you for a chance to win, to get along with you. But she wasn't winning. Get what the card's saying. Because she didn't play the real lottery. Ears was for hearing, for her to hear. Whatever she heard you say that wasn't right, she should have just left you in the dust. Get what I'm saying? Now let's see. Here we got. Okay, well, I'm hearing the 14. Is it 14 again? Or okay, God saying 14. Okay, let's just flow with 14. Let me pause and get this 14. Back, I had to dig my cards out. This deck 14 and okay, we got a she-bear, Zion. No, Zion mother. I feel like it's the she-bear. I don't know of Zion. Let me flow for a minute. She might have been. I don't really know how old she was. Her mother is one though, but let's just flow. Okay, we have right here, deck 14. Healing of the soul is when you hurt someone deeply to their soul, or someone hurt you. Follow me? Okay, and then we have abuse. When you abuse someone or someone abuse you, right? Oh my goodness, look what God got right here. Oh, now is the time. I'm going to tell you what this is. Now is the time. This for an apology. This apology card. Look, for an insane apology. That means that you really shouldn't have did what you did. Ears was for hearing for her though, because she is playing lottery. Taking a chance. Going wherever she went with you. Even spending time with you. Get what God's saying right there. But you owe her mother an insane apology. God's saying what you did was not called for. It was terrible. You shouldn't have did it. Get what God's saying. Because right here, it says right here that you wanted another chance. A second chance. Get what it's saying. Because you was dealing with Zion. Right? And she was fickle. Follow me? You wanted another chance. Because you was dealing with right then, unfortunately, a she-bear. A woman in charge, a go-getter, a girl about business. Really, it's a woman card. But get what I'm saying? Because you was trying to absorb to see if she was genuine in a situation. Over here, you was wallowing in your pain. But she simply was the best, God says. Because you, whatever your name is, right? That's a male name, but whatever your name is, you need to plant more. Follow me? Plant more, I mean you need to put more in. If you as a friend, you need to act like a friend. If you need to work, you needed to work. You need to put more in. Time, effort, love, attention, compassion, or whatever it is God's saying. Because you was petrified about your cabbage, your dough, your bread, your coins, your green, your money, your cash. Get what I'm saying? Your dough. You was marveling at the gate and loving it. Right? So, pretty much, Zion might have had some kind of money. Follow me? I don't know. Here you are. You was trying to do some... Because my other one, you was trying to do some check touching. My other one says this. Check touching mean when you touching all over ladies. I ain't going to keep touching all over myself to prove it. You know what I'm talking about. You a guy, right? Follow me? You was doing that to Zion to see if you can go all the way. Get what I'm saying? This card actually stands for also you took a shortcut some kind of way to get somewhere. Follow me. Now let's stop right there. Let's go with this one. God says you need to apologize to her mother right now. Because it was terrible. Because Zion was fickle. Follow me. And you wanted another chance. She wasn't giving in. Follow me. Here you are. I'm scared. But here's God. You could call. You could call. Look at this. You can call someone now. Do it. Look at God talking to you. Here you are. I'm scared. Now you're a baby now. Look at this. You want to soar for wealth. Follow me? Can you really cope? Look at God. Can you really cope? Because the family and everybody know. Get what it's saying. Right? Because you fought somebody who didn't look like you. But Zion ain't look like you, right? Here you are. She is terrified. Because you was, it says you raped her to gain force. I believe all the cards God put on my table. Here she's saying no. She's saying no to you. Here you are. I'm ready. Follow me. because something happened on a weekend. Here it is right here. God know you. And you know you did it. Yeah. You seen it. And she seen it too. On the weekend, something. Because she is an enabler for you to have financial gain, evidently. Because you want her to be strictly yours. Follow me. What are you going to do? Maybe you ask her what is she going to do because you did something to her. Or she might have been giving you money. It was out of control, charging things to her account. That's what happened on Zion's journey. Follow me? You went over and beyond. Look at this. Look at God. God know you. Buster. Look. You're fixated on her sexuality. God know you. God know you. You were somewhere. This is just an example. You were somewhere. Apartment building. You were somewhere. Wherever you was, it got a name to it. Wherever you was. She was nervous. Or you was nervous. Wherever you was. Somewhere you went. Follow me. Here it is right here. God wanted the brakes put on that thing. Here's universe. Universe wanted her to put the brakes on things. Or wanted you to put the brakes on things. But you didn't want to. Because you wanted her to collaborate with you. Look at you. Togetherness, right? Deep. God know you. Know that anything is rushed is not worth taking. Yeah. It say you got beat. You didn't get beat. I feel she got beat. Because it said you was fighting her. And I believe it. I believe every card that God put on this table. You did it. You did it. And you know you did. You need to come clean. You need to come clean. That's a powered way to be. You need to come clean. You really do. Aren't you scared? Nobody want to hear nothing about no guy scared. I mean, that's the last thing somebody want to hear about, a man talking about he's scared. You scared all of a sudden? Aren't you supposed to be a man? You scared? Men can be scared, that's true, but come on. It need to be something bigger. It need to be something bigger that you're scared of, like a pile of guys coming after you or something. You know? No. There's nothing for you to be scared of right then. You're supposed to have been reaching out to get help for Zion if she took something. Well, I don't think she just took something personally myself. If anything in her system, I feel like you gave it to her. Or if it was some kind of weed or whatever, anything like that. Something was in it. I mean, something was wrong. Something was in something. Or if it wasn't like that, you just was coming on to her and she wasn't taking it from you. She wasn't going with it or whatever, and the fight broke out. Anything like that. So if her body is found, I don't know if the coroner. If her body is found, I don't know if the coroner could actually say the cause of death. I don't know. Because I feel like you strangled her myself personally. But that's just me. The cards don't say it. That's just what I think. Because I think on my own. Get what I'm saying? The cards say what they say, but I think on my own. I feel like you strangled her myself personally. I think you did. My other storyline said that she was at a place with you. Like apartment or where it was. And you was trying to make a move on her. Or she did lay down beside you some kind of way or whatever happened. Some kind of way some laying down beside happened. In the car, at the apartment, or wherever the heck you was with her. And your thing is probably you don't want your wife to be because it said you was getting married or anything like that because it was more than one marriage card. You don't want your wife to be or whoever this lady is you connected with, the children's mother, whoever to know probably about that you done flirted with Zion or you've been with her or whatever happened here, or you don't want her to tell a person or whatever. Come clean. I want you to come clean and be a man and come clean. Come clean and be a man. You're a man, you say, right? Come clean. Come clean. That's the way you be a man. Come clean. You don't get to just take her life away. And she had dreams and goals and a long life to live. And you just have fun out here. And just say, oh, forget her. No, it don't work like that. the law might not do nothing with you, but God is gonna do something with you. You're gonna pay, because God gonna make sure of it one way or another. You heard of karma, right? We talking about spiritual law. I ain't talking about man's law, because man's law is fickle too. One minute they arrest somebody, the next minute they don't. All kind of craziness be happening. We talking about God's law. This channel is talking about God's law and God's justice. And God wants justice for Zion. Maybe you gave her something to drink, and maybe you had something in her drink. Who knows? Nobody, because everybody seems to be taking your word like your word is bond. I don't know why would they take your word like your word is bond. I don't know why. I never heard no stuff like that before, ever. The person who actually is responsible, they taking their word for bond. I never heard that in my life. I mean, oh yeah, with George Zimmerman, they took his word as bond. He blatantly then said what he did, and we already saw what he did, and they sitting taking his word as bond. Come on. Okay, don't take me there, down that rabbit hole. Okay, let's just flow. Your first card is, I don't know what your name is, and I don't want to know really. I'm just going to call you on here the guy, right? That's you. A lot of money was being spent. In tabs, bills, or anything was piling up. So it said in here about her account. So maybe you was getting money out of Zion, running up her credit or anything like that. Okay, you was talking to, or she is talking to a counselor and advisor, or you talking to your lawyer and advisor, right? Counselor. So be it. Follow me. Or it could be a boss if you had a boss back then. Let's just see where this part is going for a minute. Know that anything is rushed that's not worth taking. Okay, you wanted her to collaborate with you some kind of way, or now's the time because you owe the family an insane apology. God saying, because you want a second chance. Look at you, a pardon. You want a second chance. So all of this right here could just go with you in court. The first 4 cards you heard me say. I mean 5 cards. Let's just flow. You and your emotions and being sensitive. Okay. You was taking pills some kind of way. Addicted to pills or drinking. One or the other. Here's a card. God know you. You wanted her to believe it at the time that you didn't take pills or you wasn't on drugs or whatever was going on here. Or drink or whatever. Or she told you she didn't take that kind of stuff. However it flowed. You looked at her as easy. Follow me? Because you was the lone wolf. She is petrified about her cabbage, her dough, her moolah, her bread, her coins, her dough. Follow me? Her green, her cash. Okay? Right here. You fought somebody that didn't look like you, and that would be Zion. Follow me? You was holding on to Zion for financial gain. Follow me? Okay? You know you had to love you first. To never stop wanting the best out of love. So this would go with Zion. Zion had to know that she had to love herself first. And know that she had to never stop wanting the best out of love for herself. Because ears was for hearing for Zion at the time. Because she is playing lottery for a chance to win, dealing with you in any way. She dealt with you. Spending her money or spending time. That's what happened on Zion's journey. Okay, so it says right here, sowing for wealth. Maybe Zion was the kind that soar for wealth, make things happen, or maybe it was you. I don't know. With that one, it says right here, I'm ready. You was ready for something, maybe to soar for wealth or whatever you was ready for. Okay, here's Zion. No more. No, I'm not anything as far as no. Follow me? You need to plant more though, right? That means make things happen for yourself. Get a job. Put more time in loving, compassion, caring, or whatever it is God taught what you needed to do. Effort or whatever. Maybe and so on for wealth. Getting a job because so far it seemed like you was dependent on Zion. Money, some kind of way. Look like. Okay? You need love. You wanted love. Or does she want love? Let's just flow for a minute. Let's see which one of you want love. Wait a minute. Let's see which one of you want this is. So we're dealing with. Let me see for a minute. I can't tell which one of you this is. Let me just put it down for a minute. I gotta put it down for a minute. I gotta come back to the love card. That card. Wait a minute. Let me just see. Okay, it says that she got beat. Yeah, she got beat. Physically, mentally, financially, verbally, however it's flowing. Physically, whichever way, she got beat. Right? It was seeping through. Right? Because unfortunately, you was dealing with a she-bear. Zion. Woman in charge, a go-getter, a girl about business, a woman about business. Follow me? Right? You couldn't control yourself in your own skin. She loved fashion. Follow me? Next one is, can you really cope? Because it says the family and everybody else know too. Okay? You was wallowing in your pain, but she was simply the best. God says Zion. Follow me? You was gambling too much and you needed to be checked. Or she was gambling too much, spending time with you, giving you her money or whatever she is doing. Or she needed to be checked. One of you needed to be checked. Okay, it says you was in a beautiful state around a foreigner. So the foreigner would be Zion. She not a foreigner, but, you know, that's who it is. Unless you actually around somebody else besides Zion. You had a blank look on your face. So what is next? Trying to tear another down. So some kind of way, either you were saying something and tearing her down, or she was you. I just can't tell right now which one. Follow me? You choose to stick a fork in her. Follow me? Or she chose to stick a fork in you and end the relationship. Let's flow. Let's hit the next card. Oh no. Look at that. That's the death card. You choose to stick a fork in her. Follow me? You choose to stick a fork in her. You heard what I said, right? Because what? Tension was brewing. These are green. You can't see them good. I'm telling you what it says. Tension was brewing. Death was the last result. Get what I just said. Next one is you're focused on her sexuality. It says right here, things was being charged to her account and it was out of control. Follow me? So you was hanging on to her for financial gain. You need to get a job, keep a job, or whatever here. God says a plant have many leaves. You treated her like trash. With this card right here, God talking to Zion right here that she needed to know that she can meet new friends. She did not have to deal with you. Follow me? You can meet new friends. You can go to new neighborhoods. You can have new jobs. You don't have to deal with certain things that hinder you. Here you are. I'm scared. Like you saying what you were saying on the video. I'm scared. So you're a little boy now. You scared. I'm scared. But God says right here, you could call someone now. Do it. At that time, God was telling you to call somebody. And you was ignoring what God was saying. It was God talking to you right there. God talking to you right there. You heard God, but you didn't. You focused on, I'm scared. Follow me? You have to look at your life. And if you don't see any progress from that year before, you should ask your own self why and do something about it. Do not refuse the help that God give you to lead you to your path. So let's just flow as far as any help God gave her or God gave you. It had to be in here. Let me look for a minute. Let me see, Lord. Only thing I can see is the ears for hearing. Because this card mean I said something that was the help. Oh yeah, the help was right here. I guess this the help then. Because God's saying right here, do not refuse any help that God sends you to lead you to your path. And here would be the help. God says call. Now do it. Call somebody. That would be the help. Call somebody and it'll lead you to your path. Get her to the hospital. Get you to the hospital with her. Did I say I had to find where the card was? Okay, so we got the next one. Is this right here. It was talking in your surroundings. Follow me? So I don't know who you was talking to, because this card says that you killed her right here. So I don't know who you're talking to right there. Talking in your surroundings. Doom was is the last resort, and doom was because she died. Follow me? There's a countdown to recovery for her mother. You had to face a situation and free yourself. This is the card where you need to talk. You want to talk. You want to let it out. And God's saying you better get it out. You need to let it out. God know. God know you. You got it in you because you ain't told the full truth. God know you ain't tell the full truth. You might can lie to the lawyers and everybody else, the courts, but God know you. You ain't tell the full truth, and you need to get it out. You seen it, and she or he seen it too. Follow me? On the weekend. Look, God know you. You wanted playtime with Zion, right? Because it stands for romance and business. So she might have been talking business. Follow me, because you owe her money. Get what I'm saying? Because it's talking about ran up her account and all this type of stuff. Her money. She didn't borrow, you borrowed, or whatever you did, and ran up her money. You owe her. Bottom line, it looks like. Follow me? If she had any cards, you ran them up. If she put money in your hand, you ain't pay her back. Bottom line. She was talking business. This card stands for two things. Romance and business. You was trying to go the romantic part. She is talking business. Follow me? But she had to be the best queen she could be. Follow me? Look at this. She wanted something in print from you. Follow me? Here, write it down that you're going to pay me my money back. Write it down. You're going to give me my money by next week. Get what I'm saying? She wanted something in print. Here you are. Silly girl. You want something in print from me? You don't believe me? I'm going to give it to you. Get what I'm saying? You was at some place. Apartment. Someplace. Area. Whatever got a name. That's not the name. You was nervous. Follow me? Okay? You needed to depend on yourself. To elevate yourself. And not rely on Zion. Follow me? So it says right here that you asked for a drink. Or she asked for a drink. However it's flowing. And you thought something was funny. Maybe that she wants something in print. That she wants you to write it down. Write it down. You're going to pay me my money back. Because so far you haven't paid her money back. So I don't blame her. I would want it written down too. Right? Here, God. God wanted her to put the brakes on things, or you to put the brakes on things. Follow me? She is terrified because you raped her to gain force. Bottom line. Period. Okay? You was absorbing to see if she was genuine. Because your focus is she's serious and talking about she wants something written down as far as money, because you wanted money out of her some kind of way, look like. Okay, here it is right here. You was doing shortcutting, touching and all to see if you can go all the way. Follow me. But since the rape happened up here, because you wanted to see if she is genuine, right? You did some kind of shortcutting, maybe as far as you're driving to go somewhere. Okay? You was entwined in gossip, and she was too. Some kind of gossip, both of you. Because I don't know which exactly, you, her, but both you put together. Because you was keeping your options open. Follow me? She wasn't, you was. Keeping your options open. So I think you had a fiance, and here you over here flirting with Zion. Follow me? So we have right here that God wanted Zion to pluck you, or Zion was trying to pluck you at the time, because you was a turncoat, right? Or you felt you was going to pluck Zion, because you felt like she was a turncoat, because she want something in print now. Get what I'm saying? Okay, it says you was marveling at the gate and loving it, right? And you was marveling at the gate. The only gate I can see for you is you was marveling at is you was focused on her sexuality, and you was trying to have your way with her romance. Follow me? Look at this. You want her to be strictly yours. It's light green. You can't see it. You want her to be strictly yours because you're just keeping your options open. And it says right here, what you going to do? So I feel like when you did the rape, you want to know what she was going to do after that. Because you was marveling at the gate. The gate was to romantically be with her. Follow me? So the next card is just the last card right here. Why did you hold on so long? Why did she even hold on so long to try to be friends with you? Or God saying, why you hold on so long as far as not telling the truth? Because God know you ain't telling the truth. Here, the free you card right there. I've been you from the last storyline. Right? You must fight for your sanity. Right here. You fighting for your sanity. Because, know why? Because you're not telling the truth. God said, why you hold on so long? Because God done told you up here in one of these cards, whichever card it was, that you need to apologize. Because you know you're not telling the truth. Right? So is this it for him? Why you hold on so long? Time to just let it out. Because here it is right here. Free me. You need to free yourself. Okay, with the apology card. I'm going to leave you with this. I'm not going to do another one. Because God already know you. It's like I'm repeating myself. Right? I did Zion storylines on my other channel. I still had different things on my computer. I just took my channel down, but I still had pieces of videos. Miss Zion Foster, 17-year-old who had a thriving life that you cut short. Because as far as I'm concerned, like I said, what I'm saying right now, this part right here is not the cards. Anything that's the cards, that's God talking. I'm saying this right here. I'm saying this right here out of my own mouth. Let me put the cards down. It's Debraas Love. I feel like you strangled Zion. Now that's me. The cards don't say it, but I feel like you strangled Zion. I feel like it. Right? Why I feel like it? Because you had your way with her. You attacked her. You wanted to know what she was going to do with the card. What you going to do. Get what I'm saying? Because you was keeping your options open. Because you supposed to have been like somebody who was engaged. And you sitting looking at other people. You don't want your family, friends to know or nothing like that. Or your fiance to know you out there flirting with other ladies or whatever maybe. Yeah. So I feel like, myself personally, I feel like you strangled Zion. Because you owe her money. She want her stuff in writing. You owe her. You've been getting money out of her. You raped her because you're focused on her sexuality. She is a certain kind of girl, and you pretty much you ain't even come up to her standards. You ain't even come up to par because God said right there you need to plant more. Yeah, so it's like I feel like you actually strangled her. Myself personally, the cards don't say it, but I feel that you did that. That's why you went all out the way to do everything you did. And you ain't called for help. Because you strangled her and you raped her. So, yeah. You don't want them to find her and see that you raped her. You don't want them to find her to see that you strangled her. It's easy for you to say, oh, and they just listening and believing you. I never heard no stuff like this before. From George Zimmerman, he say whatever, and that's bond. You saying this and it's bond. You sit and say, well, I gave her some weed, and that mean it's supposed to be true. That don't mean it's true. They haven't even found her. So if they ain't found her, how can they believe you and say that that's true just because you said it? People can say anything. That don't make it true. How about you say that you strangled her? Because you know you did. You strangled her. Right? You took advantage of her because you're a man and you're stronger than her. And you want to know what she's going to do about it. She's going to go tell anybody or whatever because you don't want to go tell on you. So you want to save yourself and don't go to jail or whatever because you done made it where it's like you enemies now. Because it make it where you against each other. And that's how it flowed. So it wasn't like when you went and put her in the dumpster and all that because you was just so afraid. You put her in the dumpster because you know you strangled her. And you know you raped her. You need to tell the truth because God telling you tell the truth. Now that's how I feel about it. Now let's just go back to the cards. But this card right here is a deep card. This is a deep card because this goes with somebody mostly who know the person. Follow me? This usually goes to somebody who know the person. Not some stranger out there. Usually somebody who know the person. That's why God say it's insane. Because you shouldn't have did that. It's just like somebody killed somebody. And they go with the family looking for the person and they know they're the person who killed the person. It's insane. Get what God's saying. You shouldn't have did that. She didn't deserve that from you. She didn't deserve it, period. Because of your problems, your insecurities or whatever was going on with you. It was insane, God says. Now is the time for you to apologize to her mother. Front and center. Time for you to pay the real price. I don't know what the court's giving you, but God, you're going to pay some kind of price because God going to make sure, spiritually, God going to make sure you pay some kind of price. If the law don't do it that way spiritually, God is spiritual. You're going to pay a price. Believe that thing. You're not going to get away with that. This channel is about God, spiritual. You're going to pay the price. Now's the time. You owe the family apology. Her mother, number one, front and center. That's who you need to talk to. Face the situation. Free yourself. Because God, see, God keep bringing this card out. It was out back then. God know you ain't telling the truth. You can fool your lawyers and all you telling out there. But God know you ain't telling the truth. This God know right here. I don't know you think you playing with. God know you. Why did you hold on so long? This is not for Zion. But back then, this could have been for Zion. Why did she hold on to being friends with you? You just constantly getting money out of her. Why she hold on to a user? Because that's what you was, a user. Follow me? You wasn't doing any giving. You was a user. People hold on to you. It says it already. You was a user. It don't say it that way, but that's what it means. She was an enabler for you to have financial gain. That's a user. Follow me. Why did she hold on so long to you being a user? Right? So we're going to take it back to you. Why did you hold on so long and not free yourself and tell the truth in this situation? Because you owe, I forgot her mother's name. I know her mother's first name, but I forgot the last name. Miss Cierra, her name is. You owe Miss Cierra an apology. Number one, you owe Zion an apology. Because she is a good friend to you. And you know it. You owe her apology. Say it out loud. She in the spirit. Zion. You need to tell Zion you sorry. And start with Zion. And then you go to her mother. Now's the time. Free yourself and let it out and tell the truth. And say all you did to Zion. Because she didn't deserve what you did to her. For you to act like she a piece of trash. This right here. Look what I got. A piece of tissue. See this right here? This is what I consider trash. Right? I can throw it on the floor or I could take it in there and put it in the trash can. You treated her like trash. You disposed of her and act like she was trash. Like you had no feelings for her. Like she was somebody you just plain out hated. Why you go that far? Not because she had some weed and she died from some weed. No. And you ain't want to get in trouble. Because you know you did more than that. You know you strangled her. You know you did. You know you strangled her. You know it. Because it say a fight happened. So you probably called somebody after that because talking, this card say talking in the surroundings. So this coming after She died. So some kind of way you talk to somebody. I don't know who you talk to though. Unless you're talking to yourself. Get what I'm saying? Because it ain't her no more. Because you did this over here. You chose to stick a fork in Zion. You're focused on her sexuality. Running up her bills, her account, the tab or whatever. You need to free yourself. And say everything you need to say. Because God, this God telling you. Because God know you ain't told everything. You can fool anybody, but you can't fool God and face the situation. Be the man that you're supposed to be. Everybody's saying they're a man, but when it comes down to getting in trouble, nobody's the man no more. Get what I'm saying? Why did you hold on so long? Tell the truth. Because you got to fight for your sanity right here. She ain't had to fight for her sanity. You had to fight for your sanity right here. Because you trying to keep this lie going for the longest time. You trying to hold on to this lie. You're trying to hold on to a lie. So you got to fight for your sanity. You trying to make something true that ain't true. So you fighting for your sanity. Get what I'm saying? You trying to make something true that's not true. Like when actors act. They go and they do some role on TV and then they come back to their regular self. They got to try to manage that and keep things separate. Because they might drag that stuff from the soap operas or whatever home and start acting like that in their home life. And their husband say, wait a minute. Do I have Erica in here? Or do I have Susie, my wife? Get what I'm saying? You got to fight for your sanity. Because you're trying to make something true that's not. But you heard what God said with these last cards. With these cards I'm showing you. I'm ready to end it. Apologize to Zion. And then apologize to Miss Cierra. And now's the time, God says, enough of you with your nonsense. Why did you wait so long? Hold on so long? Face this situation because you created it. You came and got her and took her somewhere. You created it. Free yourself and be the man that you say you are. You're a man, right? Because you're fighting for your sanity. Because you're trying to make a lie true. And that is insane. That's going to cause it. Because you're sitting there trying to make something be that's not. It's the Debraas Love one. Back then God says for you to apologize and tell the truth. And you still not doing it. You saying bits and pieces or whatever you want to say. But you still not telling the truth. Because God brought it out again. That means you haven't told the truth. God brought out the free me card. You still not telling the truth. Entwined in gossip. Tell the truth. Be a man. You say you're a man. People keep saying they're a man. Be a man all the way. When they come down to going to jail, you're a man. Be a man all the way. Don't be a man in one... just with some lady somewhere. Be a man all the way. Accept your punishment. Whatever you cause to happen, accept your punishment. Don't be like a little boy when it come down to your punishment, but all the time you a man. Everybody a big man. That's why I was say what the person did to my nephew. If you the man and you the big man and you the king and everything all the time, right? Keep being that thing. Don't change up when it come down to you going to jail all of a sudden. Oh, you ain't the big man now. You scared to go to jail, but you the big man out here doing all kind of stuff. You took it cold advantage. You was bigger than her and everything. You took cold advantage of her. And that's not right. Some kind of way you was on pills or whatever was going on with you. Pills and drinking or whatever was wrong with you. Whatever it was. You the one was out of control with pills and all kind of stuff in you. Or whatever was going on. You was the one out of control here. You couldn't control yourself in your own skin. That's what God says. And God knew you. Stop lying on her and try to make it seem like she was smoking a pile of reefer or whatever you saying. Weed or whatever you said she was doing. Because she not here to talk for her. But God knows. And so far I didn't even see God say anything about drugs. It says the pills and drinking. Right? But that go with you. But anything as far as interacting with drugs, and the drug cards ain't even come on the table. So that don't necessarily mean she had anything. Get what I'm saying? Pills and drinking. And that is your card. It's not her card. That's your card. No. This the Debraas Love one.